Elbow drops and lariats from the top rope. You can't cope. The effing wrestling podcast in the house. Now that's dope. Starcade and SummerSlam all rolled into one. Drop kick, sleeper holes, 1, 2, 3, done. Whole mics like Mean Gene or Gordon Soley. I'm Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with that Crockett trophy. So listen closely as we approach the final hour in an instant. Hands raised, crowds phase without the time limit. Effing wrestling podcast with that ultimate finish. Suplex, now you end it. Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the show. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? I am JR. That right there is Chase, and this show that you are watching or listening to is Effing Wrestling. Chase, what's up, buddy? How you doing today, man?
Not much, JR. I am doing very well. It's a beautiful day outside in this beginnings of March.
Right. Finally got some sunshine out of the. It's been rainy down here in the southeast here in the past few weeks.
Dude, it feels like months. It feels like since January rolled around, it's just been nonstop torrential downpour.
Yeah,
that's kept all of us inside. Like, I like to garden. Hey, out there, world who listen, I enjoy gardening. I like growing plants and vegetables and flowers and stuff.
Long walks on the beach, holding hands.
I like holding hands and long walks on the beach, and I like gardening. I also like dogs and cats too. So.
There you go. Hey, any single ladies out there, hey, there he is.
But outside of that, hey, man, I grew potatoes and I gave you some potatoes.
You definitely did. They were
I
delicious.
gave you some potatoes, and that's how you're going to treat it? All right.
Good job.
I'll remember that. Come harvest. I'll remember that, JR. But no, so yeah, it's been raining nonstop.
Yep.
We've been inside. We've been doing a lot of great work. We've had perfect intervieys, man. I was
really good interviews. Some really fun interviews. Victor Andrews and Viva Latamish. They both they both had good shows this past weekend and everything. From
absolutely, man.
You know, Victor, he's headed to California, I believe now, and
yeah, I think that's right.
That's crazy, right? That's awesome. And Viva, they were in Georgia, so but yeah, so yeah, today is going to be an interesting show. So I love wrestling. I always, been a fan of wrestling all my life, and but Chase, like I love Chase's wrestling mind, right? So I like to pick his brain a lot, and so this dude, this show is going to be basically you being introduced to what I get on a daily basis from Chase's mind about wrestling. Very passionate fan.
Yeah, I mean,
he would be one of the greatest bookers ever.
Oh, that's
you know what I mean. One of the greatest promoters ever. One of the greatest agents ever. He's incredible.
So if you're listening, wrestlers, I like storytelling, and I like to build things. Yeah. I like comic books and theater, and that's what I like to do with wrestling. And as you mentioned, it's been raining nonstop. Right. So all I've had time to do is sit inside, play nothing but some video games, watch a lot of wrestling.
Right.
And I have booked us from right now all the way through Fastlane till WrestleMania. And for the most part, the Raw and Smackdown after WrestleMania. Just that's what I like to call boredom.
That's what's up. And that's what I call fascinating and passion. And so let's go ahead and just dive into it, man. So man. I wrote down a list here of some things that we're gonna the way we're gonna go. So we're gonna go with some titles and everything, and then talk about the events themselves.
Yeah, pretty much what I did was I just took everybody who had the titles currently, which is actually really good because we were gonna do this, we were gonna record this Monday morning.
Yeah.
And then Monday Night Raw happened, and then the entire thing got thrown out when Bobby Lashley won the World Heavyweight title, which was awesome. And amazing. I got to rebook all my notes.
Hey.
Congratulations, Bobby Lashley.
Congratulations, Bobby Lashley, for sure.
They're Black WWE World Heavyweight Champion too.
Hell yeah, that was a very good moment. That's awesome. Very good moment. That's amazing. Yeah, good shit. Good shit. So yeah, so let's get into it, man. We'll start off with the 24/7 title. Now, please tell me. So this title, I mean, when it was first introduced, I thought it was gonna be great. You know what I mean? I was all for it. I was all here for it, man. But I'm not about that. So, can you do anything with this 24/7 title?
Oh yeah.
To make me or people interested in it that's not interested in it?
Are you saying can I make the chase for the 24/7 title worthwhile?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Let's
okay,
see.
so people who are not informed, the 24/7 title is a dumb comedy belt that is
shouldn't be
held,
damn.
That is always up for grabs. And usually it's just kind of thrown around to anyone who just wants to laugh for a hot second. People interrupt matches for it backstage. People will invade people's hotel rooms and pin them while they're asleep, or roll them up at weddings.
At Times Square. Just come on.
Now, R-Truth usually holds it, and R-Truth's a great comedic wrestler, and it works.
Yeah.
But now that's not the case. A rapper, Bad Bunny, is the current holder of it right now, and he's teamed up with Damian Priest. And Damian Priest is your boy. I know that.
That's my dude. I like Damian Priest.
So I wouldn't have Bad Bunny drop it. I'd have him hold it. I'd have him keep it. It's great publicity.
Yeah.
He's outside of the industry.
He had it on Saturday Night Live. He performed on Saturday Night Live, and he had it with him there, yeah.
And I don't really know if what concerts are like or venues are open. I know it's a state-by-state basis right now, but if you can have him just appear on Zoom meetings, on whatever, on like late shows or whatever interviews with that belt, that's great publicity. Eyes on the product.
For sure.
And if you have Damian Priest be his like muscle while he does this, it just gets more eyes on Damian Priest.
Yeah.
So I would have him just keep it, and have Damian Priest just keep someone like The Miz and John Morrison away from him, like build them up trying to get that belt back.
Mm.
And as the belt goes all the way through Fastlane, as they just try, stop, you can do a performance at Fastlane by Bad Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
That Damian Priest is part of, as you said, he's the rock star, and this works for me. I'm finally getting over with him, man. I'm finally with Damian Priest.
Good, the Archer of Infamy, baby.
I would just have Bad Bunny gift the belt to Damian Priest. But I'm gonna change it. It's no longer the 24/7 title.
Okay.
It's the Money in the Bank belt.
The Money in the Bank belt.
And what that equals out to is if you win that title, you are guaranteed a number one contender shot 24/7. It's not, that belt isn't what's up for grabs. That belt is the number one contender. Anyone can win it, but if you get it, you get an open shot to the world title.
So look, an open shot to the world title win.
Yeah.
Like when do you get the chance? Like, so
I feel it'll be one of those, it's a 24/7 title that's up for grabs. You can lose it. You know what I mean? It's one of those early ideas of like, you get it and you get rid of the Money in the Bank briefcase, and it's this belt that you have to defend. Think about having to defend your Money in the Bank briefcase. So it's one of those things of like, hey man, and you have to defend that on, like, say if you're on Raw or Smackdown.
Yeah.
You have to win it and you have to defend it every week plus pay-per-view events until you call your shot in.
Okay.
So and it's one of those things where, and yeah, you might want to call it in early, but you might want to just wait for, it's like right now where The Miz was having to wait for someone who wasn't Drew McIntyre to be at a weakened state to take advantage of him. So if you hold this, it's one of those, cool, I'm just trying to defend him my number one contender shot. It's not one of those on a win-loss record. It just trying to automatically take you there. Now you can do anything you want to keep that. You can do the Miz cowardly route where you just get counted out, you get DQ'd, and you just kind of hold it that way. Or you can do the honorable thing.
Right.
That would get Damian Priest over. And it gives him a belt. It kind of is this way in. It gets Bad Bunny out of there.
Put some importance on the title.
Yeah. And it's like, and you can build with John Morrison and The Miz that way as well.
Yeah.
And they're good fodder.
Right.
So
right.
The Miz got his hurrah. He got.
Yeah. I was cool with that, man. I mean, I'm a fan of The Miz. He's over with me. You know what I mean? I love him. Yeah. Dude, well, he needs to be the Miz with a belt as a heel. There's not much better than that.
Well, the best thing about that is it's finally some smart booking because it keeps Bobby Lashley safe and it keeps Drew McIntyre safe.
Yeah.
Like both their heavy hitters who are both your face and heel guy haven't faced off yet. So it just feels like cool. They're both safe. Like Bobby didn't have to beat Drew. Drew didn't have to take a loss from Bobby. It's this fresh matchup coming up. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, that's how I would do it. That's how I would do Damian Priest over. It's this kind of like idea of him just being Bad Bunny's muscle, as he's like a representative for the company out there, just taking this kind of lackluster belt that you can just throw people out there to have Damian Priest squash at events for a while until it becomes this kind of belt thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to get, I mean, because it is kind of like a time waster. I don't feel it needs to be that.
Yeah.
I feel like you could turn
it doesn't need,
like, like almost like an open challenge belt, or like in like New Japan has, like, where it's just kind of, hey man, it's open all the time. It's on every show.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, man. Even if you take it every show, where it's one of those where if you have this 24/7 belt, it's like, cool, I'm on Raw, I'm on NXT, I'm on Smackdown, I'm on the pay-per-view event, and I have to defend it until I take my shot.
Until I take my shot. Okay, I'm with it then for sure. I'm with it for sure, because that's
the TV title idea.
Exactly. That's what I thought it was going to be. Kind of when they introduced the 24/7 title, it had to be defended on every show, every week. It makes sense to me. I'm with it. Okay, word up. All right, so let's go. Let's move on to not a title, but let's move on to the Fiend, because he's going to be in WrestleMania, right? He's got to be, right?
I'm so excited.
What you got for Fiend?
So for the Fiend, man, I love it. You know me, I love horror movies.
Yeah.
I love horror movies. It's been brought up more than once on this channel that if there's one thing I love more than wrestling, it's horror films. And that's what the Fiend is. He's kind of like Freddy Krueger of professional wrestling. It's just awesome. He has the Firefly Funhouse. But ever since losing the Inferno match to Randy Orton, he's been dead. He got burnt alive. But Alexa Bliss has been torturing Randy Orton. It's like, he's coughing up this black ooze. On the Elimination Chamber, I wanted him to be in there and have his pod get filled and just disappear.
Right.
So I want it to turn into this strange, I wanted to keep going where Randy Orton gets a challenge at Fastlane to meet the Fiend, meet Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
And finally, it's this whole thing of like confrontation. They can turn the Thunderdome off. So it's just the lights center on the ring and Randy Orton comes out. And then you just start, and so he's just kind of waiting and he's waiting and he's waiting. And finally, Alexa Bliss comes out.
Yeah.
And she's just standing there going, all right, where's the Fiend? I'm the Fiend, Randy. Did you think it was Bray this whole time? I'm the Fiend. And now I need another host, Randy. And it's you. I'm the voices in your head, Randy. I'm why you do it all, Randy. So why fight it and just give in? Lights go out. Everyone's gone. Randy Orton's just vomiting up more black ooze in the middle of the ring as everything just comes back on, and he's just terrified. Alexa Bliss is gone. He's just kind of like scared in the corner. The way he's made so many people, he's just legitimately, this isn't my way of wrestling. This isn't my match. What's going on? So you're building to this giant cinematic style match at WrestleMania. Another Firefly Funhouse match. This is going to get really nutty.
I'm with it so far.
Are you there? Because I know 100%. I'm really getting away from professional wrestling. I'm getting more into
but this is the thing. Like, this is where they've been going with. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with it.
And so my whole idea is like, Alexa Bliss has just been the puppet master this whole time. Like, she's the evil embodiment. She's not. We're not going to call her Sister Abigail, but she's like the real evil embodiment. Like, I'm the true monster here, Randy. It was never Bray. Bray was just who I cursed. Bray was who I gave that mask to and had to do what I wanted.
But now Randy gets the mask.
So he goes into the Firefly Funhouse. That's where it built towards. And it's one of those where he just has to face all his former like failures and just see how awful he is. Just how he's so, it's like
Bray did to John Cena. Yes.
Pretty much what the Fiend did to John Cena is he's going through every betrayal, every vicious act he ever committed, every atrocity of just going, I'm awful. And that black ooze he's been throwing up, that's almost just like his vileness. It's bubbling up inside of him because he's almost emptying out to become the shell for the Fiend. And it's him just losing all this stuff. And as he's doing this, he legitimately sees matches he's had in the past with John Cena, who has come back to film this bit. And Randy Orton gets the upper hand in the match. You can even like have his like put Randy Orton in a wig to have like the old like hairstyle he had, or whatever you want to do with it. So yeah, but you have like John Cena thrown to the ropes and have this moment of, help me, Randy, help me. She's not letting me. And then Randy Orton pulls him off the ropes, and you just have this moment of, oh shit, John Cena's been trapped in the Firefly Funhouse this whole time.
Wow.
Something happens, you hear Alexa Bliss's voice, and that'd be another thing. The voices in his head you would start hearing as the buildup happened too through this whole thing, and it would be Alexa Bliss's voice is just echoing and coming in, and it's almost like a headache.
Yeah,
you know, you would whole buildup would just be Randy getting these headaches.
Yeah.
It's just the voices in his head, and it's just Alexa Bliss's voice, and that's what it's always been me, Randy. It's always been the Fiend, Randy. Don't you know that? I tried to get you first, but Bray was so much weaker than you.
No.
The voices in your head, you think that's you? That's me. It's always been me trying to bring you bliss.
Huh.
So he finds Bray there.
Y'all hear this? Hear this?
Bray's another captive in the Firefly Funhouse, just begging Randy, help me. It's too much, man. I thought it was me. I thought I found it. I thought I was the next Undertaker. I thought I was something I'm not. It's never been me. I'm not a cult leader. I'm not the eater of worlds. I'm nothing. I'm not the new face of fear. This is this, Randy. You got to fight it. And then it just gets pulled into the darkness, and then it's just a mask floating there. I mean, just think how dumb that would look.
Right.
Haunted mask, Goosebumps style. It's just sitting there, and it's just staring at Randy, and it's staring at Randy. And then he just kind of like kneels in front of it, and then you see Alexa Bliss just kind of walk up. So you ready for the next chapter, Randy? Ooh. And then she just puts the mask on him, and he stands up, and it's just Randy Orton with the Fiend mask and the cat eye contact lenses. Nothing changed. It's still like that full Randy Orton.
Just the mask.
Yeah, he's just rocking the mask now.
Wow.
And it's like he's behind the Fiend, and it's Alexa. It's like the Fiend, Alexa Bliss.
Damn.
And that's been who's pulling the strings this whole time, and we just kind of go from there. And like the big buildup, if I keep going this, and what I'd want to do it's like actually
who's next? Like who's next kind of thing.
Who's next? Like, you know, as soon as Randy's all used up, who's going to take over? Would we bring? Is this Aleister Black's way to actually get up there in the storylines? I know he had a match with Randy Orton. Is this him trying to feed it? There's so many different ways.
Different ways.
We could do a whole episode on how Chase books the Fiend.
We definitely could. Definitely, because I have questions like I want to add and shit, but I guess we don't really have the only thing I would say is like, what would be next for Bray?
I don't know.
You know what I mean, like that's the thing. Like we could go in this forever.
I don't have anything.
But damn, that's amazing though. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I love that.
It's my dumb little way to like go, hey man, what's the horror story? It's a
horror movie.
Mask, and they're
like a parasite, just going from body to body, just going. Oh man. And it's like John Cena was too good. The good was too much in him, and she couldn't get to him, so she went to Bray because he was weak.
Yeah,
got Bray, but now she wants Randy. She wanted Randy first, but he was too strong.
Yeah.
Now she's strong enough because she's consumed Bray. She's gotten strength, and now could go to Randy. Fuck, man. No, I'm down.
And it just makes Alexa. Oh
man, that makes her
away from title scenes.
That makes her know she'll never need a belt again. She's bigger than wrestling. Like that would be incredible.
I would love it. It would make me so happy if I could just book that one.
Y'all see that? Like this is what I get to talk to and deal with every day. This is what's up. All right, so for time purposes, let's move on. Okay. That was amazing, though. That was amazing for sure.
That's what I want to see so bad.
Damn, that's good stuff.
See it, I'll be so upset, but so happy too, because it'll be playing out and going, yay.
And then they hopefully will. That means that we're bugged and they watch the show or whatever. They like what we're talking about, and cut the check. Let's move on to the women's tag titles.
Okay.
Currently is what Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are still the champs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, right. What you got for them?
So, the women's tag division's kind of in some rough shape right now. As you're having to build a lot of tag teams. Like, there's no one's really set up to be a tag team. They're all like, hey, you and you come together and form a group and just see how it works. And sometimes it works, sometimes it fails. Right. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax works for the most part. They're both very dominant, very threatening, imposing figured women who can just decimate. It works. They've been destroying Lana as of late. And that seems to be a pet project for WWE. So you know what?
Right.
I'll do the heavy lifting for them. I'm going to book Lana to be a face. I'm going to
hear
give
it.
her a belt.
Hey, I want to hear it.
So they've been throwing Lana through tables for what it seems to be an eternity now. Yeah. So let's just like pay that off. Team her up with Naomi. I think Naomi and Lana would work very well. I think that they have like a similar. I think as a face,
did they tag together this week or something's going on with them?
I think they are. I mean, and it just worked. To me, that just made sense. If you're throwing people together to be tag teams, I like that. So I would just have Naomi and Lana win the women's tag team titles on television. Do it on Raw. So they just kind of can drop it. It kind of opens up. This plays into later things as it opens Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler up for more plot down the road.
Okay.
So now we have Lana and Naomi as our champions.
Yeah.
So we come up at Fastlane. Now, what I really want to do with Fastlane is this idea that it's not just some dumb name pay-per-view event. You get Fastlane to a title match, but it's so any competitor automatically can come in for a title match, but it's all like special stipulations. Thank you. I kept wanting to say specialties. I was like, no, that's not it. Stipulation matches. So what I would do at Fastlane for the women's title is it's a gauntlet match. So you have Lana and Naomi start the match as champions, and they just have to defend it against a oncoming barrage of just different women tag teams. Yeah. So you start it with Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. You know, they're blondes, they're muscular, they're in shape, they worked as a tag team. I think they're actually tagging now.
I think so.
For some odd reason, because it works and it doesn't, because they broke up good tag teams for no reason to do this.
So weird.
But yeah, so that's the first one. I would have Lana and Naomi go over.
Yeah.
After that, just because we're throwing people together and I want to show how stupid it is just to take two people and throw them together, it's Nikki Cross and Tamina. So they're both crazy and mean. Why? They would work as a tag team.
Why not?
It's stupid. It would just be. I mean, the concept is to go you and you go out there and compete for the tag team titles, only to lose. So that's Lana and Naomi have taken down two tag teams for the belts. That helps build credibility at a pay-per-view event.
Definitely.
So next, not a call up, but it is an NXT coming up because I would have Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon come up and compete. I think they're a great tag team.
They're tagging together, in the NXT and everything. Yep.
I love that they rock similar gimmicks. They were at the last takeover. They had matching jumpers on with their sleeves cut off. They were matching green in their hair. I was like going, cool. We're doing things that made you to look like a tag team.
Yeah,
this works for me. Ember Moon rocks a really sweet mask. Shotzi has the helmet with the horns. It's just cool. And I think Lana and Naomi versus Shotzi and Ember would be a cool matchup.
Yeah.
Lana and Naomi still go over. So that's just them.
More credibility.
And have Lana pull her weight. Naomi's doing most of the work. Yeah. This is a real big showcase for Naomi. But Lana's actually like defending. She's kicking out. She's not submitting. She's building credibility to hold this belt.
Right.
Now, for the final team for them to face at Fastlane, I'm going to do what WWE should do. I'm going to reunite the Iconics.
Nice.
Like the one tag team they actually formed.
They were great. I loved the Iconics.
They were like the second women's tag team champions.
Yeah.
They were perfect heel getting.
Great on the mic.
Billy Kay. Great on the mic.
Yeah. Good in the ring. Great on the mic. Yeah, they were great.
And then they
broke them up, but put Peyton Royce with somebody else. Like what is going on?
And I don't understand. This really dumb gimmick where Billy Kay is handing out her resume to people. Like, I'm glad she had some gimmick, but when they reunited at the Rumble, it was just a sweet
cool
moment.
That was cool, yeah.
So the Iconics are reunited.
Okay.
And they lose. Naomi and Lana have gone the distance as champions as Fastlane. Now they would continue on taking on champions all the way through till WrestleMania. When it would be once again Lana and Naomi versus the Iconics.
Okay.
So we're at WrestleMania, shows put on this big to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Iconics have it won. All right, the Iconics haven't won. They've taken out Naomi. She's knocked out outside of the ring. Peyton Royce has some submission move on to Lana, but Lana's crawling to the ropes. She's doing her very best not to tap out.
Yep.
And when she does, when she's almost to the ropes, Nia Jax comes running out and smashes Peyton Royce. Rolls out of the ring, or before she rolls out of the ring, she puts Lana on top of Peyton, throws the ref back in. 1, 2, 3. Lana and Naomi are still tag team champions because of Nia Jax.
Because of Nia Jax.
Now what's up with that, right? So we tune in the next night on Raw.
Raw. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. No, we turn in next week on SmackDown.
Okay, yeah.
So we tune in next week on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And it's Naomi and Lana wanting an answer.
Mm-hmm.
And Nia Jax comes out and she goes, you know what? I did this because I was looking out for my sister. I was looking out for family. I was looking out for blood. And I'm not letting you cost this family one seat at the table. And she clotheslines Lana. Power bombs her outside of the ring. Takes a massive bump. Naomi picks up the other belt, hands it to Nia Jax.
Come on.
Out
Man.
comes the rest of the family.
Come on, man.
Jimmy, Jay, Roman, Paul Heyman. And they all sit there, the SmackDown after WrestleMania, moving forward for the entire rest of the year. The bloodline.
The bloodline is for. Come on, man. I mean, again, y'all hear this? I mean, come on, man. Bloodline, that's my shit. Yes.
I thought you'd like that.
Yes, Chase. Yes, that's yes. 100% yes.
And it's now like, hey, the women's belts are now with the bloodline.
Wow.
It forms the faction even bigger because now Nia Jax is a member, Naomi is a member. I think I already let the Uso. I officially have the Usos coming back at some point through all this.
Of course, I'm in.
It's just
in.
Bloodline, man.
Shit.
And I think that builds the women's titles up just a little bit more, and it gets the story aligned to it.
Yeah. And
Lana can just show back up with a new partner going, I never lost my belt.
Wow.
One of those is still mine. So that leads us out of
WrestleMania story building still.
Yeah. Progressive.
Wow. That makes Lana look great. Lana looks great out of all of this.
Yeah.
Uber face, crazy baby face. Like
you could even team her up with I'm trying to think of someone down from NXT who could move up.
Yeah.
And team with her, but
shit, either way, this is amazing, man. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is what I like about wrestling.
Wow. So yeah, man, that was amazing. That women tag, the bloodline. I'm good.
So can I say?
Let's go. What we got here? Let's go to the Raw Tag Team Championship.
Yes.
All right. What you got?
Tag Team Champion,
what you got?
They're currently being held by the Hurt Business.
Right. Hurt Business are the champ. So who you got going? What you got for there?
Oh, they just hold them.
That's it.
You know what, man? If it's not broke,
don't fix it. I feel you.
It's not broke.
I agree. It's perfect.
Hey, JR.
Perfect.
JR and listeners, name me another tag team on Raw right now.
Is Dolph and Bobby Roode on Raw?
They're on SmackDown.
Then I can't. New Day, they SmackDown. Raw.
They're on Raw, but do we?
But I don't want them to have. They don't need that anyway.
Do I really?
All right, moving on. So, all
right,
SmackDown tag team titles.
Okay, so I actually worked on this one. Okay, I actually put in the work. I decided if I was going to be lazy with Raw, I'd put in some work with SmackDown.
What's up?
You know why? Because they put in just the tiniest bit of work on SmackDown, so I'll give them credit. So the current SmackDown Tag Team Champions are the Dirty Dogs, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Isn't that so? I didn't want to laugh. I didn't mean to, but I have it written down and went, they're the Dirty Dogs. I'm like,
wow.
That works and doesn't at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay.
So I have to get them. I have to get those belts off them. Hey man, thanks. Thanks for everything and thanks for showing up. But it's time to get them off those belts.
Yeah.
So what I set up is, I think we even talked about this on a previous episode. I want to see Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio team up and go for the tag team titles.
Yes. I'm with that.
Right.
I'm with that.
And
I'm 100% with that. Dom, he's good. He's really good, man. Yeah, he's really good for sure. Why not get him a little bit more work with his dad? You know what I mean? Dad showing him the ropes even more than he already has, I'm sure.
And what a nice moment for a father-son
man,
tag
come
team.
on. Yeah,
Who can both go.
Yeah, they can both go. But yeah, let's not. I'll start crying. We start talking about that kind of moment and stuff too much.
I mean, don't, JR. People watch our show. I was aiming for this. So, okay, on television, the Mysterios beat the Dirty Dogs for the tag team titles.
Okay.
But unbeknownst to them, it was because Buddy Murphy came out and hit a finisher. He did some dastardly deed to Dolph Ziggler and was able to let Dominic get the 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So the Mysterios are unknown on this treachery, but they're just champions. It's a celebratory moment.
Right.
So we work our way from there to now Buddy Murphy he's kind of as a step forward and he's calling out the champions and going, hey, I won those belts for you. So maybe give me a shot. Well, come on, buddy. You're with Aaliyah. You're with my daughter and you're a member of the family. And isn't it good just that, we all have the belts. And it's one of these like almost heelish for the Mysterios, not really heel. It's just almost like two heels kind of meeting in that back down, man.
Yeah.
And that's when Wesley Blake jumps the Mysterios and Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake reform their tag team from NXT. Wesley Blake needs something to do. I think they just cut him or the other guy from the Knights of the Lone Wolf. And I mean, they were a cool tag team. They were tag team champions down in NXT.
In NXT, yeah.
Buddy Murphy's kind of floundering, and you can actually have maybe Aaliyah Mysterio pull like a Stephanie McMahon, and like kind of just goes
choose them over family.
Yeah, kind of just chooses Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake, and they go off. And at Fastlane, she helps them beat the Mysterios for the tag team titles. So now they're tag team champions. And that means we can easily just kind of go down into WrestleMania.
Of course.
With the Mysterios versus Blake and Murphy for the tag team titles. I mean, I know that's not a lot of beats, but it's a lot of fun, like.
But no, it's good shit. That could be, man, there's all kind of stuff. Yeah.
It's
definitely.
It's Game of Thrones. Damn it.
In between, there'll be singles matches between them. You know what I mean? And all that kind of stuff. And
you can have Buddy Murphy 100%. Dominant. You can have Wesley Blake take on Ray, and it's just really cool. You can have Leah's alliances be played back and forth.
Right.
For that big WrestleMania moment, this WWE just plays for moments where father and son win the tag team titles and hoist them up in a crying moment when they hug. And that's just kind of like take a photo and just play that highlight for the next 50 years.
With the sparkles coming down on them, pyro and everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a moment that could be played forever, for sure.
That's a great moment.
100%.
And so then you next week you have father and son come out. It's this happy-go-lucky. We did it, Dad. I'm a wrestler like you, man. Look at us.
Yeah.
Only for the moment to be cut short when they both get super kicked by a returning Jimmy, and the Usos are back for their gold. Because when Nia Jax is now the tag team champion with Naomi, Bloodline needs the rest of their gold back.
The rest of the gold, so they can all walk out with all the gold. Are you fucking kidding me?
So now, from WrestleMania forward, we just booked the Mysterios versus the Usos for the tag team titles, and that just builds Dominant further along.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Now he's like surrounded by those who are arguably one of the best WWE tag team. NXT and WWE, they are the best tag team. Usos. Wow. I love the Usos.
They are. No, yeah, there's no question about it. Yeah, no, hands down, there's no, they're the best tag team.
So, you know, in the WWE period, back, you got to throw them right into the title scene. And you do that against the Mysterios, you can build that all the way up to SummerSlam. Woo. Trade in the titles, back and forth in the titles. I don't know if Leah Mysterio is a wrestler or not, but you can, if she is, she can get in for the.
I'm sure she's been in the ring before. I'm sure she's taken a bump or two before.
Maybe
bounced on the ropes here and there before, you know.
So yeah, that's my SmackDown title. That's how I get them off the Dirty Dogs.
Shit. Hell yeah.
Reform an actual tag team out of Buddy Murphy and Blake Wesley.
Yep.
And have these great father-son moments with the Mysterios hoisting titles, and then bring back the Usos for the Bloodline storyline. And that would be my next whole year in wrestling, is just build Bloodline.
That's crazy. That's amazing. I'm with it. I love it. I'm all about it. Anything you have with the Bloodline. Yes. Take my money. Take it.
Oh, I got more.
All right. Word up. All right. So what we got next? Moving on. What we got next? That was incredible. We got let's go US title. US title is held now by Matt Riddle, or just Riddle. My bad. What you got for that?
Okay, I'm gonna do a reference from a really cool '97 movie. Riddle me this: who cares less about the U.S. title than WWE? It's Chase Harrison. I forgot that was a belt.
Yeah,
I forgot about it.
I won't lie. It's not important. There's no importance on it right now. Especially without Bobby Lashley having it, there's nothing.
I just kind of had a one little asterisk that said, "So Riddle has it now." Huh. Let's just do Styles and Strowman and call it a day. So that's all I got. It's like, let's have him fight. Let's have him fight Styles up till Fastlane, and then he can take Braun Strowman on at WrestleMania.
Okay.
I just don't care, man. It's an ugly belt. I could have put a little bit more thought into it, but I put thought elsewhere. I put thought elsewhere, damn it.
Well, let's go elsewhere, baby. Let's go with the Intercontinental title. All right.
See, now this is where I put thought in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. When I didn't put work in somewhere, I put work in elsewhere, because Big E is our current champion, our current IC champion. It's fitting him well, man. He's cutting some great promos.
Looks good. It looks good. Sounds good. Yep.
It's just fitting, you know?
Yeah.
So I would do a series of TV promos working up to Fastlane. I would do a series of TV, just small one-off matches where he just decimates. I'd have him take on Otis. Him and Otis are a similar build. They're both power lifters. It'd be a big burly guy versus a big burly guy. They could lock up, throw each other around. It'd be cool. I'd have him take on your boy after that, King Corbin.
Baron Corbin, get some heat on, get some, yeah.
Mainly
get
just
some heat on Corbin and get him beat up, get the push on Big E a little bit, yeah.
And build some.
It's a very credible victory. Yeah, very credible.
It's a good hill for Big E to overcome.
Yep.
And then after that, I would do Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is doing some great work. They're cutting great promos now, and I'd want it to be that.
He's on heel now.
Yeah.
He's going to heel now. He come out in his Nigerian robe, in his Nigerian cloth and everything. Speaking oh man, I love it. I love heel there should be no good guys in wrestling.
You need like one or two.
I know, right?
And the rest should be heels. But you need like one, and then the rest need to be world populated by the bad guys that they take on, and then the bad guys fight to take on the hero.
I just want heels, man. But yeah, all right. Sorry, continue.
Oh no, dude, absolutely. I want you to do an entire episode of the heel, people you want to see turn heel at some point.
Ooh.
That'd be fun. That'd be a fun one. So
next week.
Yay, we have next week planned. Good.
There we go.
So it's a series of just like challenges where Big E's just doing open challenges. He shows up every week on SmackDown and goes, all right, man, who wants it? You come out. He can even call people out, and like Otis comes out, does a challenge for it. King Corbin comes out. Apollo Crews comes out, all the way working up to Fastlane. When we get to Fastlane, just comes out and cuts a promo. It's open. Who wants it? Anybody. You know, the forbidden doors are being kicked in, so kick in this door and come in and take my belt. To be answered by a debuting Davey Boy Smith Jr.
All right.
Now, that's a match.
All right.
Given like
and it just
massive guys.
It just sounds good. Davey Boy Smith Jr. in a WWE match.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, when it was happening, I don't know if I was wanting him. I wanted him to sign WWE just because of the name, but I didn't because I don't know how they're gonna treat him or whatever.
He was in there.
Damn, it's just gonna look and sound so good to see him come in, man.
But Big E
come in against Big E,
title on his shoulder, just walks in with a mic and looks down and just like pats the belt. That's my dad's belt you got there.
My dad's belt.
Boom, boom, boom. Just like a flopper punches. The belt gets thrown to the side and it's just on, and it's two like just massive mountains just hitting each other.
Yes.
It's tough and it just goes. And Big E just barely wins.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those where you're just setting up a story where you're going, all right, cool. Here's where we're going for the rest of the year. Fast lane we're building. And it's Davey Boy Smith Jr. coming for Big E for this kind of like, hey man, you just built me, you just beat me, you embarrassed me for my dad's belt and all this.
Yeah.
But what you find out is Davey Boy Smith Jr. came in at the open challenge. He's not signed. So he hops over to Raw and starts decimating Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Just starts mutilating.
Beating the shit out of him.
And just doing this thing about, all right, man. Well, you can't do anything. You're on that, you can't hop, is he going to hop brands? It's one of those things where Big E just hops brands to just start really just beating them. It's no belt lines. We start really getting in unsanctioned matches of, are you here for the title, man? Or are you just here to beat me? What was your goal the whole time?
Yeah.
And it kind of just like makes Big E have to build into this more angry version of himself. And that's what we kind of build in WrestleMania, where we can change some gears. We can change his gear around a little bit. It's one of those where Kofi Kingston can be taken out through injury. And we just kind of build up all the way to WrestleMania, where it's this massive, massive brawl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a massive brawl all the way up there. Going. And it's Davey Boy Smith Jr. at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's the IC title for Big E. And he's not a heel. He's just like he's so stressed. He's no longer about the party, man. It's no longer about the good time. He's just here for the job. He's trying to protect his friends, build his brand, all this stuff. And then he just destroys Davey Boy Smith Jr. Just gives him the big end off of like the Titantron or whatever. Now we're building to it as a joke. I got you laughing now. So the next week he shows up on SmackDown and he's just kind of like decimated. He has the British flag and he tears it up because he's like, that's what Davey Boy Smith Jr. is about. Yeah. And you have Xavier Woods come out going, Big E, what are you doing, man? Yeah. Don't you understand? You're behaving so evil. And Big E grabs Xavier Woods by the throat and hoists him into the air and goes, what do you think it's always stood for? And throws him out of the ring.
E stands for evil. What do you think the E is always stood for? Holy shit, man! I'm sorry, I was laughing. I couldn't. Once I could tell you were going, I couldn't stop laughing. Man, you brought that up a while ago, a few weeks ago. I forgot what we were watching. You said that shit, and I died laughing, man. Oh shit, man.
I've been like waiting. Like, when did I watch this?
What do you think the E stands
for? Yeah!
And he just decimates and beats the shit out of Xavier.
And now it's full. Now you get what you want.
That's great.
New Day's broken up.
New Day's done. He's a heel. Oh yeah.
And Davey Boy Smith Jr.'s in the WWE.
Yeah. Damn it. Bravo, man. Hey, bravo. That's incredible, yo. Shit.
a good episode. I got you to uncontrollably laugh. Yeah. I'll take that as a win.
That's good stuff right there, man. Shit. Damn. Yo, so that's great, man. I think that's a perfect way to end it. We're about halfway through the lineup. Yeah. So we'll make this a two-parter. So this is part 1. So part 2 next week, we'll have the Raw Women's Championship. We'll have the WWE World Championship. We'll have the Women's Smackdown Championship and the Universal Championship.
And just you wait.
We'll do that, and we'll also preview a little Fast Lane. You know what I mean? Talk about that. And I think that's 2 weeks away. A week away, somewhere in there. I don't know.
And let me just use this to you, Jared. Let me just set this up. Let me just set the hook. If you were excited for the Bloodline, wait till you find out who they have to defend those titles against moving forward.
Ooh. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what is called a tease. That is called a tease. So we'll end it there. Tune in next week, everybody. That right there is Chase. I'm JR. This is effing Wrestling. What's up?
Can this one end on a jump cut to be continued?
Dun, dun, dun.